practice, so he looked all right in practice. We look a lot better with him out there, that's for sure. Obviously, his shot making is a big deal. It helps space the offense better, but it's more than that. I mean, his leadership, his intensity on defense. We need more long, athletic defenders. It just had him out there. We look a lot better. So, yeah, I'm planning on playing him, barring any setback after today's practice. But he practiced. He went through just about the whole thing today.
He told us that he told his teammates to not go easy on him. What does that say about his toughness?
No, he's changed a lot. I mean, he had a little bit of a reputation maybe when we got here that for whatever reason I told these guys when I got here I didn't watch any more film than I needed to get the job because I wanted to form my own opinions about these guys. That I kind of went around the state and I've been high on JP really all summer, fall. I think his effort's been great. People act surprised. I think some guys just needed a new start. I think he was one of those that gave him a fresh start, and he's been great. I mean, him telling his teammates to not take it easy on him. He wants to get ready to play in a game. I think this is a big game for him. He knows we need to be playing well going into Nashville, and obviously getting a road win against a quality team like Missouri would put us on the right path going into Nashville.
You talked after this last game about effort and lack of there or whatever. Do you feel like you've had complete buy-in from everyone on this team about what you're trying to instill in this program, or is that still a work in progress?
It's still a work in progress. I think everybody wants to buy in. I just don't think it's become a habit. It's not ingrained in them so deeply that that's just who they are. We've got to get it. We've got to get the culture to a point where if one guy decides not to bring his best effort, that he's just so out of place because everybody else is going so hard, and it's not there yet. That's, as the head coach, that's where we need to get it to. We are going to get it to there, but it's not there yet. If it was there, we want to have what we had Tuesday night. That wouldn't have happened.
John and Kyra both kind of mentioned as potential on the bubble of the first round kind of guys. If you talk to them about draft things, or is there a time where you plan on maybe doing that?
Yeah, we did earlier. I think Kyra's playing his best basketball by far of his career right now. I think earlier when he was struggling, he was, obviously he had some contact with different agents, and he's been on, ever since the great freshman year he had and how young he is, he's been on that, projected first, second round, whatever it is. I kind of just sat down and the best thing you can do for your draft stock is to play well. The best thing you can do to play well is to ignore all the distractions. Let's just focus on what we got to do. I think he's done a great job of that. I think he knows it's out there, but now's not the time and place to talk about it really. So since, I don't know, a month and a half ago, since we kind of just sat down, get back to having fun, relax, lead this team. All the other stuff will take care of itself. Whatever's supposed to happen is going to happen. I mean, his family's they're firm believers in God's plan in Kyra's life, and whatever's supposed to happen to Kyra is going to happen. Let's just worry about what we can control right now. And I don't know where he's at. I know he's playing really good basketball. My guess would be there's going to be some teams that want him really bad with his potential, his upside, what he's producing right now. If I told him from day one, would I love to coach him for 2-3 years? Yeah, I would. But would I love to get him where he's trying to go? Yeah, I'd love to do that. And in my career, I've found just do what's right by the kid every single time, and it always works out. So if we come in and he plays well in our program to the point where we could have a first-round pick, I think that would help us tremendously in recruiting moving forward, what he was able to do in our system. If I'm able to coach him for another year, that's great too. He's a great kid. I love coaching him. So whatever happens, there's going to be positives for us and positives for him. And, my guess would be leaning more towards being a first-round pick. But I think all that stuff will get determined after the year. We won't know any of that stuff till the spring.
There was a clip from this last game that has kind of caught fans' attention and went viral when you were mic'd up. Can you kind of talk about the emotions of back in the moment?
I saw it. My assistants remembered it. Sometimes I don't remember exactly what was said at what time. My assistants remembered it a lot more vivid than me. They said they had it a little bit wrong, but it's essentially correct. There's guesses as to who it was about. I'm not getting into all that. All I know is we weren't bringing an effort we needed to. Look, ideally that camera's not in the timeout at that time. It happened. You know, just saying, everybody wants to eat the sausage after it's made. Nobody wants to see the sausage get made. You don't know what, like, I don't think most of you guys would want to be in some of our practices. The public's not supposed to be in the middle of our timeouts. You know, I love all of our guys, but some of them weren't bringing the effort we needed to. Some of them didn't have the attitude we needed to at that particular stretch of the game. And, you know, I think our guys are mature enough to know, like, they're going to get called out. I've told them from day one, like, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to love you. We're going to do what's best for you. But sometimes, another Bible verse I gave him this morning. And we weren't talking about that either. We're talking about something else. But, you know, I'm going to paraphrase it a little bit here. But, you know, the kisses of an enemy are deceitful, but the wounds of a friend, you know, it talks about sometimes people that really care about you speak the truth to you. Sometimes it's not exactly in, you know, different tone, maybe. Listen to what we're saying, not the tone we're giving it to you. And in the middle of the game, there's needs to be some intensity to us, and I didn't think we had any intensity, and I thought we call it BCD. We had a little bit of BCD going on in the huddle, blaming, complaining, defending. We try not to have any of that going on in the program. Guys defending themselves, complaining about stuff, blaming, was too much of it. So, yeah, we'll probably have the cameras out of the huddles from now on, but yeah, I saw that got caught a little bit.
If that's an issue as far as getting on guys, could you ask Coach Saban's advice?
I've been in a few practices over there. I think they get after a little bit over there.
Not to you specifically, but in general, I was watching a game the other night that was decided by technical fouls.
Yeah, I saw that one.
And I wonder if that should ever happen, or is the technical foul penalty the right one, or are men getting technical fouls for pretty subjective reasons? And I'm not talking about you specifically.
Yeah, I know, because I know the game you're talking about, and it's unfortunate that it happened. The NBA's gone to, I think, only one free throw on a tech, so it's a little bit less punitive, being that a lot of times it's subjective. And I don't know what was said, so I can't speak to, you know, was it right, wrong, whatever. I don't know. I will say this. I think you guys got access to all the records. Pretty confident that I had 4 technicals in 4 years at Buffalo. I believe I've got 6 here now. So I don't know if it's just me. I don't know what it is. They haven't ended up costing us in a game. I would be really upset if one of my technicals did end up costing a team a game. So yeah, I mean, I don't have that answer. Should they go to 1 free throw instead of 2? Should they call less of them? Should the coaches be better about not getting them? I don't know, but I will say this. I think everybody in the game of basketball wants to say that the game was decided on the floor, and when stuff off the floor, all of a sudden you're given 4 free points and you lose a game by 3, I think, in the game you're referring to. That maybe that game wasn't 100% decided on the floor, and that's unfortunate. Again, I don't know whose fault it would be, but it's unfortunate.
You guys are the first SEC team to install that new NOAA basketball technology. Is that something you guys have already done? And can you kind of just explain that a little bit?
Yeah, so NOAA, I was a high school coach. They had NOAA. We had a salesman up in Detroit. So it's based out of Alabama here. So it's a system where basically gives you verbal feedback on your shot. It also gives you feedback you can print out or whatever. It's basically on the arc of your shot. I mean, it's probably the most predictive thing as to whether your shot's going to go in or not, how consistent your arc is. So they've got cameras and whatever. We've got it installed in the main arena now. They're going to install it in the practice gym right after the season, so we'll have it in both. But it's just to help with the shooting, free throws, jumpers, everything. And it's going to get, I think, in the practice gym to the point where it's able to recognize each player throughout all practice. And so not just your shooting drills, but every shot you take in practice. So again, are you getting game quality shots? It's an easier way to help. Like, you can shoot in practice with nobody on you, and I think we've got too many guys that shoot at half speed. And then all of a sudden you get in practice where there's defense, and then all of a sudden your shot looks different. So there's all different ways you can use it. But I think any way we can help our guys improve themselves individually, like we'll do it. So yeah, I'm interested. I haven't gotten any of the. I mean, literally just got installed like a week or two ago, so I haven't really used it yet. Like with all the printouts and any of that stuff for me yet. Personally, I think some of the guys have just kind of tried it out themselves.
Just another question.
You mentioned going into this game and the importance of going into Nashville on a win, you know, or at least some momentum. How big is momentum at this time of year, especially when trying to create it, which has been difficult, and then using it in the postseason?
Yeah, I think it's big to be playing your best basketball come March. I talked to our guys about that too. Like, you know, we're in March now. We shouldn't have just played at one of our worst games. Like, this is not. We're supposed to be peaking right now. So I think it's big that we do play well. You know, you also see teams that maybe have lost a few walk into a conference tournament. Maybe they need a loss to wake them up and then go on a run then. So whatever we needed, hopefully we got it. But it would be great to get a game to build our confidence. I think confidence is a huge deal in basketball. You need confidence to play well on offense. You need confidence that your defense. You need confidence. So playing well at Missouri would help our confidence out quite a bit going into that SEC tournament.
All right, thank you guys.